Greetings, disciples of discernment and defenders of digital sanity. Your humble atomic sage is back, broadcasting from the bunker of brutal honesty, where we don't just carve the turkey, we carve up Sarasota Tim's holiday hallucinations. While the rest of America prepares stuffing, pies, and moderately functional family arguments, Sarasota Tim kicks off his Thanksgiving Eve with yet another fireside, not fireside chat. And in the first 10 seconds, Tim announces this is another Crushing It for Christ video, because God himself told him to hit record after reading a devotional. That's right. The creator of the universe looked down, saw famine, war, disease, and said, "Forget all that. Tim hasn't lectured people about toxic friends today. Divine priorities, folks." Now, Tim claims he's making shorter videos because people's attention spans are shrinking, which is bold coming from a man who hasn't completed a concise thought since the Bush administration. Then he starts reading the devotional, but not before warning the audience. If you tune off too soon, you're going to miss an important message. Whew. If they've made it past the intro, they've already earned a Congressional Medal for Valor in the face of rambling. Tim continues and says, "Walk with me along the high road of Thanksgiving." Tim immediately launches into a tirade about toxic people, toxic TV shows, toxic friends, toxic minds, basically confirming the only high road he's ever walked is the one leading out of a Walmart parking lot. And then, halfway through his holy proclamation, he interrupts himself because he sees a spiderweb. A full sermon, halted by Charlotte's Web dangling from his camper light. Next, Tim explains, repeatedly, that we should rejoice in the day the Lord has made, because you could have been out of here. You could have been hit by a bus. Truly a heartwarming holiday sentiment. Nothing says Thanksgiving like, count your blessings. A bus could take you out at any moment. Then he follows it up with this philosophical masterpiece. If you hang out in an outhouse long enough, you're going to come out stinking. Now, I'm no theologian, but I'm pretty sure none of the apostles ever said, "Blessed are the non-outhouse dwellers, for they shall not smell like cow dung." My friends, at this point, we may have finally discovered exactly where Tim has been spending his free time. And then, like a malfunctioning self-help robot stuck in motivational loop mode, he pivots back to Thanksgiving with, "Don't complain, don't whine, don't focus on negativity," which is rich coming from a man who has produced thousands of videos complaining about everything and the human condition in general. Tim telling people not to complain is like Waffle House telling people not to fight. Then he launches into a crusade against phones. Tim says we should all leave the phone at home, because apparently even Jesus didn't need an iPhone, and therefore neither should you. He then praises the wisdom of a 94-year-old woman who doesn't bring her phone to coffee with friends. And I'd almost agree, except Tim's entire worldview is broadcast through the very phone he's holding, to an audience that may or may not actually exist. But my personal favorite moment? When he proudly declares, "My daughter won't talk to me when she's with her friends." Sir, that's not a moral victory, that's a boundary. He wraps up by urging everyone to reject toxic TV shows, toxic phones, toxic people, toxic thoughts. Essentially everything except watching him. And for the finale, Tim says, "Keep crushing it." Yes, friends, keep crushing it. Like the willpower of anyone attempting to watch one of these 12-minute Thanksgiving hostage videos. And so, my friends, let us be truly thankful this year. Not just for food, not just for family, but for the profound cosmic blessing that we did not turn out like Sarasota Tim, the prophet of propane bottles, the deadbeat disciple of delayed responsibility, the man who reads devotionals like their Yelp reviews. This is the day the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it, because at least we're not living inside an RV delivering biblical lectures to a webcam. Amen. Stay sharp, stay sane, and stay far, far away from outhouses, near beers, and Sarasota-grade theology. Atomic Sage, out.